And this is what you're going to be looking at. Team Static versus Marco in the finals. We're going to start off with Rainmaker on Inkblot Art Academy.
And then after that, we'll be moving into Clam Blitz on Black Belly Skate Park.
Our third game shall see us in Arowana Mall for Splat Zones.
And if we make it through, we will be going to Tower Control on stage 4 in Starfish Main Stage.
And should we go the whole hog, the whole 9 yards, we will end it up with a Rainmaker on Port Mackerel.
I really like Port Mackerel.
Yeah, I do too.
Nice. It's nice.
It's so like long and scary, and it's just like you got to find your way down. You know, because it's so linear. It's like it's good for the Rainmaker because it is a linear shot.
Yes.
But you know, there are these little nooks and crannies. You can like peekaboo, bam, hide.
Exactly.
Peekaboo, bam, hide. And it's just so hard to kind of like know. You have to be so aware of where your opponents are.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a fun one. The one I'm looking forward to as well on this one specifically. Well, I mean, Splat Zones in Arowana Mall is going to be quite fun because it is just that, you know, it's, again, that central zone is so important, but, you know, there's just so many. I think, like, the verticality of that map is an interesting one. It's not, like, super tall, but it's just got so many ups and downs, and I think that's really an interesting thing about it.
Yes, sure. The levels of just being able to, we were talking earlier on the earlier modes about the ability to flank from above and to just drop.
You always think about your side flank. You don't think about your top flank.
Exactly what he said. You know, think about the top flank and just watch where your enemy is coming from, because they could quite literally drop on your head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're waiting for our last player to get our little check mark up. This is the grand finals, and the winner of this match will be qualifying for the the Splatoon 2 UK National Championships later on this year in November. Who will take it? Team Marco or Team Static? Let us know in the chat. Say hello. And,
say hi.
And I'm pretty sure the Nintendo UK guys will be checking that and being like, yes, fantastic, great. And leave that one. But yeah, battle time. Let's get underway for our first game of our grand finals here at Insomnia63 for the Octo League. Let's go.
Rainmaker on Inkblot Art Academy.
I love this stage. It's so good. I don't know. It's just so beautifully open.
So once again, we have Team Marco in the yellow.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we do. And then Static in the purple.
Oh, and the two teams hit the Rainmaker bubble almost at the same time, but it was Team Marco that broke down the barrier.
Should note, by the way, that there is only one Octoling on this stage, and that is on the side of Static. Just saying.
Interesting. Well noted.
Thank you. Yes, go on, Cyber. Go on, Sam. You got this. Go on, Cyber. There we go. Just pummeling it with bubbles. Sweegly getting aggressive. There is a 3-man or a 3 Inkling Splat. Well, I'd say Octoling Inkling Splat. 16 points left, or 16 splat units of meter measurement distance things to go. I forgot what I called them. Splat meters. Interesting. So a double splat on the side of Team Static. Mm-hmm. Team Marco. Yeah. Marco in yellow and Static in purple.
Yeah.
The Rainmaker resetting. What can Static do? Push back. Spid just trying to get a KO here, not able to find it. Ooh. Good evasive maneuvers there from Ninja. So game 1, this is going to say a lot. And they move forward. Spid doesn't get the splat that maybe they wanted. Oh. Yeah. There we go, down.
Spid's internal monologue there. Enacted you with the professionalism by Bowie.
Yeah, that's usually how I'm thinking. Whenever I go around the corner and see an opponent.
Sweetly that, really, you know, what
that line, look at that line.
Ah, lost the Rainmaker.
Too much pressure. Sorry, you were saying though.
No, you know, they were doing. Sweetly was doing a really good job there of just moving, going up onto a level, then quickly dropping down, trying to make sure that they were never staying in one place.
How much they're pushing. 16 points on the board to go. And this is where, their opponent is really far back. They can either let it reset if they can hold on long enough, or they can try and get aggressive. But look at the pressure. They need to get rid of that. Rainmaker from the corner. The shield's down. Sweegly finishing off. Done.
Ooh.
Game. Team Marco taking game 1. You can see, like, in that first game, the proactive, communication immediately. They know that they lost that one, but it's fine. We were close. Did well. Marco. First blood, or first ink.
First ink.
First ink on this in this grand final.
Almost nervous chewing there on the right.
We've got Tekerai as well. Just kind of have a little communication with Mole there.
And, we were saying earlier how the Mole likes to watch his opponents and gain intel on their style of play before playing against them, and then he shares it with his team. Well, this is a tricky team to watch, because you look at Marco, and their style is kind of identified by their flexibility. You can't really predict what they're going to do, except perhaps aggression. Like, you know that they're going to be quite bold in their play, but they're not afraid to shake it up.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's not one of those kind of aggressions that is like so fierce. It's quite erratic. It's very focused, and it's very methodical and surgical.
Absolutely, surgical is exactly the right word, Bowie. Because almost if someone's just really aggressive, then you can find ways to trip them up, because people will go straight in.
They'll overextend.
Exactly, and then you can just come around the side and grab them because of their over-eagerness.
Yeah.
But, it's trickier with Team Marco, because they just kind of always hold back a little bit. They never let themselves get carried away. And it's slightly terrifying. Yeah,
what can you do? What can you do against it? Well, we'll find out. We'll see what Static can do as we go into our second game. They're just kind of readying up. 2 more to go, but it will be, if I can remind myself, Clan Blitz on Black Belly Skate Park. Another OG stage coming back. Clan Blitz. Always nice to see it. Always nice to see it. We'll see what our teams can do on this one. But yeah, Black Belly Skate Park, a lot of little bumps here and there because it is a skate park. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's going to be. I don't really know what to say about this one personally myself. It's battle time though. Our players are going to be getting underway.
Well, it saved you the trouble.
And jumping into game. We'll let the game play out, and we'll tell you exactly how it goes. This is our second game of our grand finals. Let's go.
All right, entering, and you can see Team Static again in the purple, Team Marco again in the yellow.
Those clams around. You can see on the sides of the skate park. This is one of those things. So the shield itself is fairly open. It's a little bit different to Kelp Dome before, which is a little bit tucked away into a corner. It's quite open, this one. You've got ways in. You've got a bunch of ways to pressurize the shield. So that goes both ways. It's easy to defend because it's quite open. You're always going to be able to see where your opponents are coming from.
The Mole, so nearly there. The Mole had 9 clams, but splattered just before he could make a 10.
Sweegly is near the opponent base. They need to get one more clam. There it is. And immediately gets the...
broke their barrier.
Yeah, the touchdown, if you will. Look at that from Sweegly, just using the AoE from the Inkjet to get splat after splat after splat. 53 points to go already so far. This is such good work from them. 15. Clams in the center. Lemon. 2 clams in hand. 1, 2. Resetting that timer. Look at the pressure. Look. Static can't get out of their base. This is just all Marco. They don't have enough time to get back with more. Static get given a free power clam with the closing of the shield. 2 splats down for Marco.
Sweegly splattered there.
Yeah, a Mole with his own power clam. Trying to make his way over to the side. Kaji just halting that advance quite quickly.
Cool. I mean, I feel like Team Static are almost at their most powerful when they gang up as a 3 on one of the Team Marco singular.
Look at Kaji's vision to see that. However, Team Static do get on the board. They do break that shield. Can they get any clams in? The answer is no.
Got Lemon there with a power clam. making a play, moving around the side, just trying to stay away from the action, but is moving further.
Pressure on the side, does get the victory, does he? No, oh God, that was messy.
That was messy, but did you see that? How Lemon just wouldn't stop moving there, you know, not really giving a clear shot, but was splattered in the end.
Yeah, that is a trade. I'll go in favor of Team Static. And a full back power clam in hand. I don't know why, I can only hear like parts of the music at times. It sounds like I'm listening to Cotton Eye Joe. I don't know why. No idea why.
The most intense.
Wow, Cyber went for the jump over to the backside, using their teammate's position to get the squid jump out, and tried to get the shield break, but didn't get it.
It was a good attempt.
Yeah, just getting taken out in moments before.
Kaji there was just at the top and laying down some really, really nice, not cover fire, but just making sure that Team Marco have an escape route there.
Look at that pressure, just trying to just brute force their way in. 1:40 to go. Tekurai pressurizing Marco a little bit with that Stingray.
So, like, Team Static here are all kind of bunching it in one place, which, for a team that's as aggressive as Team Marco, that can be quite smart.
Getting in there again, breaking the barrier, 70 points down. How many extra clams can they get in? 1 extra clam. I think it's going to stay as 1 extra clam. It did.
We're moving into our final minute here on Clam Blitz.
It's not impossible for Static here. They're doing a good job of just kind of holding on. Kaji with 9 clams, waiting for that last one. Wow, gets a splat on Spid, just seeing them there. Gets the pressure. Looking like there could be 2 power clams coming out the side of Team Marco. 1 in. Shield broken. Another one in. 16 points there as well. 32 points on the board, 29. 1, 2, 3. Tick, 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 tick. Boom. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And it is going to be...
So close!
Can they hold on and just close that shield and maybe get the big play they need? Kaji with 6 in hand. Tekurai on the other side of this wall. Kaji going back. Trying to get that middle space. 2 points. It's literally...
Well, I mean, what can be done in 10 seconds?
I mean, you'd be surprised, but they'd have to be the play of the century right now. The Mole, they have a power clam. It's overtime as long as this power clam is in play. Kaji's down!
Oh!
No, it's not over yet. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. They have the power clam again. Cyber pushing forward. They're getting taken down. And as long as they have that thing, can they get grabbed again? It's staying in play. I think that's definitely going to be it now. Can they get another power clam out? Or is that going to count down? And will it be game over? Nope, there it is.
Brutal. Oh, I mean, I love the fact that they're smiling. They're laughing because they know how intense that was. That was mad at the end.
Oh, man.
Power Clam switching between players on Team Static as they desperately tried to make a play in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, Lemon's, showing something, but the rest are just like, got to play, got to play.
Exactly. Well,
they mean business. They mean business.
They do. As we go into the third round. Oh man, Bowie, that was intense at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, there was just so much back and forth pressure going on between the two teams. And this is why I actually really like Clan Blitz, because it's not just, you can pressurize just like the main objective, but then you've got everything else to worry about as well. I mean, I know you can say that for everything, but it does make a difference when the objective is like a two-part objective. It's not a case of just a splat zone or something else, or there's just a moving turret or tower rather, or a moving turret in the way of the Rainmaker. But it is a static target which you need to hit with a bunch of moving targets as well.
Exactly. Sometimes quite literally a static target if you are Team Marco going up static.
Literally.
But I mean, look at this. Team Static have so many fans in the audience.
That was so far so good, just giving them that was Team, Sheldon's pick, giving them their love. You can do it. You can do it.
Exactly.
Team Static. You beat us. You can beat them. That's how it goes. Game 3, Arowana Mall Splat Zones. This is going to be difficult.
What are you thinking?
For Team Static.
Yeah.
Because, so again, we've been talking about this height and how they've been using it very nicely, and this is Arowana Mall.
Yeah.
It's this.
Right, okay.
It's a little dip, then a bit, then a big dip, and then a bit, and another dip and a bit. And it's just, there's so much of this kind of like interplay between height. Yes. And I think that Marco have been utilizing that a little bit better than Static have. Not saying that Static have been doing badly with it, but it's just Marco have been utilizing it in specific moments much more convincingly. And I think if they can hold on to that and hold on to like the sides and that top flank that we love to talk about so much, I think that's going to be where they're going to be dominating and just controlling.
Cool. And I'd like to see a little bit more of Team Static kind of bunching together with a 3 and a 1 that's going off, because we saw just in Clan Blitz, the second time they broke the barrier, they did it because they came together as a 3. They had this kind of like power push where they all went, and when you're going up against Team Marco, who are so powerful and so good at dodging and evading, like that's why in a firefight they are always moving.
Yeah.
You need the power of 3 people to just be able to lay down enough ink that Team Marco physically cannot dodge.
Yeah.
But sometimes Team Static are just kind of, they're dispersing. And so then in those one-on-one matches, Team Marco is more likely to get the splats.
Yeah. I think that the reason, obviously, this is going to, players out there would know this, but this is where the motion control is really important.
Yes.
The flexibility and the accuracy you can get in those quick moments to kind of react physically to get the right aim is very important. So yellow again is Marco, and then we have on the other side in purple Team Static. We have a sloshing machine on Static side. Blaster, Jet Squelcher versus N-Zap and Zapper. And then Julie's.
And this could be it. If Team Marco win this match, they have won the grand final.
Yeah, and then they will be going through to the national championships in November. Lemon getting around the side, pressurizing a little bit wherever they can. And you can see the central point is there. And you can see, as we're talking about, the flanks, the height that they're using. Just consistently like moving themselves around, not being static, and just consistently being pressure from different positions. And look how far back they have pushed Static. 3 splats down. Marco convincing right now. They need to... Static need to do something quickly because this time ticks down very quickly.
Yeah, it really does. Tekarai moving up the side. That's a nice stingray there. It's laid a really, really nice route.
And Tekarai is hanging behind the... very, very nice. They get the control back. Hanging behind the Bubble Blaster. Tekarai needs a bit of support from the teammates now, but they can't be aware of the fact that Cyber is by himself up top. Kaji and Lemon going to go around the backhand side. And it's 3 for 4.
Lovely play from Split there. I know that they just got splattered, but they were really aggressive, moving forward there and constantly moving.
That was so close. It was a 2 for 2 and then a 2 for 1, but then Marco gets the team wipe and they are in control once again, pushing down that penalty point first.
Split there again, going up the side, trying to lie in wait. Just missed that. I think they were aiming to make that jump.
Oh, that's so harsh. Did you see that? Firing
top
some
flank,
ink.
Top flank!
Firing some ink, first of all, to erase their escape route on the wall, and then jumping down,
brutal.
Confusing, and then
really
finishing.
Brutal.
Contested central point. Who's going to grab it now? Sweet little Kaji with 1 and then a double splat. Get control again. They get rid of the bonus pointage, and it's pushing back.
Kaji's doing a really good job here of just, holding a central point with excellent vantage.
4 splats now by Kaji. She is on fire.
So much ink as well. Tekarai did not stand a chance there. That was
3-2-1
decision.
Kaji in that last play was absolutely phenomenal. Just 5 splats at that point.
Really well done.
Incredible stuff from them. Marco will then take that 3-0. And they are the champions of the Insomnia63 Octo League tournament with Nintendo UK Versus. And they will be invited to the UK National Championships in November.
They are champions with barely any contest. They were so, if anyone has any doubt, they absolutely are the champions.
Yeah, I mean, they proved, I mean, they already won last year, but they've come back swinging, just to say, this is why we won last year, and they're looking even more fearsome than ever.
Exactly. Lots of handshakes there from Team Static. They knew that they did an absolutely amazing job.
Yeah, then there was impressive stuff from them, and they didn't drop a game at all. In one of their matches, they didn't drop a splat. Even when they were playing up against these teams who are pushing back and just holding on to certain positions, they still just managed to grind out the win and the victory they need.
But, Team Static fought really, really well. There they are on stage getting a round of applause from the audience, and they don't go away empty-handed.
Absolutely not, no. They've come second. They'll get their goodie bag with
their medal.
And their medal and some extra prizes as well. And there you go, the silver medal.
And I love the fact that throughout all of this, they've not stopped smiling, even when there's been the most stressful situations. They've, the points where they've just lost a match. And you go and the Mole would have a gigantic grin on his face. It was great.
Yeah, it's one of those things you can't really be too upset about it. It depends on how seriously you're taking it, B, the stakes, and C, kind of your own own temperament.
Yeah,
and it just seems that that Team Static just are a team. The fact that they got here the way they did, 4 players, 2 from North Wales, 2 from Manchester, coming together as the top 4 players of those 2 regions, and kind of as a united front. Entering a tournament, that's really, really nice to see, because they've been working on that tournament for I think it was 20 weeks or something. It's a long season of play, and they bring it all the way here. That's great stuff from them.
It was brilliantly fought. So they're exiting the stage now, and they should be really proud of themselves.
And again, as I said, it's not going to be the last time we see them as well. Just like the likes of So Far So Good and Sheldon's Pick. They're all good players. They'll be entering more tournaments. You'll be seeing them show up again. But here we go.
There we go. Our winners entering centre stage.
Kaji, Sweegly, Ninja. And Lemon and Lime. There we are. And you can hear Nims at Sweegly on the end yet. And then Nims there and Mark giving their prizes, their medals. It's been an exciting day of Splatoon.
It has. We've seen so many players today. It's Splatter Day, as you said earlier. And no, it's been a really, really great day for Splatoon to play. And of course, these guys will be to the medal getting caught there on Ninja's cap. Oh no, he's happy. He's happy to wear it.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. That's
oh, okay.
Okay, right. Okay, now that's been sorted. But yes, they will be going up against 4D in November, and
a rematch. Maybe 4D going to be trying to get some revenge on the victory on the defeat from last year, should I say? But they obviously get the medals, their own goodie bags as well for winning, and of course we'll see them again in November.
Huge round of applause there for our victors of the Splatoon 2 Championship at Insomnia.
Yeah, the audience having a great time here. It's kind of what we always aim to do at Nintendo's stand, at least.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that is the end of Splatter Day. At least that's the tournament done. And Team Marco are your winners. One of those things that maybe not the most surprising of results going into this.
No, but well fought and well deserved.
Yeah, an incredible level of play being shown. I think that's the most important thing as well. Of course, the victory for Team Marco, but it's great to see that high level play of Splatoon.
Absolutely.
And of course, if there are any of you guys out there watching who are interested in getting involved in competitive Splatoon, first of all, this is the place to go. But also, it could be you up on that stage. It could be you going up against Team Marco and maybe even defeating them. You never know. But just like, the players who are brand new, Marco started somewhere.
Exactly.
They started somewhere to get to this point.
And that's the beauty of our events that we've been running. These Nintendo events invite people to just sign up on the day.
Yeah.
You can grab a team and come down and compete for a chance to compete on that stage, and then later on in November.
I even recall I think we had a couple of shows back, a bunch of players come together randomly and just enjoy playing with each other so much that they become a team.
Yes.
Which is a really, really nice thing.
But I really particularly love it when you meet someone, you're interviewing them post-match. And you're like, oh, how have you guys been training and stuff? They're like, oh, we literally met half an hour ago, and that was our first match together, and they've stormed it. So it can absolutely be done.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think that's kind of the nicest thing about team-based competitive gaming as well, which is kind of a really, really nice thing, is that you do have. It is about the bond that you have as people, as well as the way you play together. You don't have to be the best team around, and you don't have to win everything. But if you just enjoy the way you play together as a team, that can be enough.
Exactly.
But that's just part of it. So I think that's it, kind of in terms of everything that we have for Splatter Day. The Octo League has been completed. Team Marco victorious. We'll see them in November. We had our Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We had our Ultimate showcase earlier as well.
We did.
But that's not all we have time for.
I know, you're getting a lovely shot of our booth here.
In terms of the entire week, it's a lovely booth.
It's a lovely booth.
Yeah, that's not all we have time for at Insomnia here. We're coming back tomorrow.
Yes.
Same start time, I believe. No, 11.
It'll be slightly later. And if you guys join us at the start of the stream, what we've not really managed to show you today is actually just how much is going on the Nintendo stand. So Bowie and I will be taking you on a full run through playing some of the games that we've got here. We've got like Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimates and like a whole different bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we will not only be showing you that, but we will be having 2 other tournaments tomorrow. We have a mini invitational for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We will be having a bunch of representation from the Midlands.
Yes.
The likes of, if you guys at home know them, Wills, Jackie, Captain JJ, and more. We're going to be having a few exhibition matches as well. And then we do have a Mario Tennis Aces tournament to round the weekend off.
So, we're packing it in, aren't we?
Oh, we're trying to get as much out there as possible. So this has been Saturday and the end of the Splatoon 2 stuff. Stick around tomorrow for all of the Mario Tennis Aces and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate stuff.
Exactly.
But for today,
thank you so much for joining in.
And hopefully we will see you soon. So with that, we will sign off. My name's Bowie.
My name's Alicia.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Stay classy.
See you guys.